Hello, welcome to episode 2 of our Ostriv Alpha 4 Let's Play. Where we last left off, it was December of 1721, and we'd more or less just finished our first summer and fall. We're squarely in our first winter, and as you can see, several families did move out because we did not quite finish all of the houses we had to build. So what we're going to do is we are going to make sure this is all set up good to go, and we're going to begin laying the groundwork for the fun part, making the town look nice and vibrant with some of the new options it gives us for putting houses around without yards and decorations, and not just making everything a grid like my last town that was a very large grid. Alright, so first let's address this. Carts are wearing out. Let's check on them here. Yeah, they're not completely worn out, but they're getting there. So we're going to want to go ahead and put a carpentry in the queue. So we'll go ahead and pop that in, if I can find it. There we go. It's late as I'm recording this, so forgive me if I'm not smart. So we're going to go ahead and put this right next to the smithy. Put that right there. We're going to go ahead and move this up a few pegs, because we're not going to get anybody new moving in until we have a market built. And we're not going to be able to really do too much with a market until we have a trading post. But we do need to make sure that they build this carpentry. So let's go ahead and speed this up. And we're going to have problems with staffing until we get more people in here, because there's not a lot of people available to work. Still have, oh, no, not even anybody in the factory, alright. Everybody's still working in the farm, though. Alright, so they're going to be doing their thing. Now let's take a look and see. We have this one family is still moving into this house, I believe. As far as materials-wise, we're starting to run low on iron. We're going to need to make sure we get some of that. And then we'll be able to get rid of this camp center once the town hall, which is currently last in the queue, is built. Other than that, that's all that remains of our original camp. So let's start thinking about how we want to decorate stuff. I know in my last playthrough, I really liked the idea of having these little, well, the game calls them archways. They're not really archways. Like this guy right here, I really like how these look. So I'm going to go ahead, put one of those here. And the people in the game love to walk through these little sides right here sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and remember where the decoration thing is correctly the first time. And just fill in right here. There we go. And now they can't go through. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of an improvement. And this is going to be our town hall, remember? So let's go ahead and plant some trees. Now we have these lovely spruce trees, these brand new things that just got added in the last update. Pretty good texture detail for something that's never supposed to be looked at this close. But I really like them. So let's put a couple around our town hall. Okay, there's no tooltip text or anything, but I don't want to put them too close. But let's go ahead and put maybe right about here. And of course they'll grow up from being very small. That's fine. Kind of match that on the outside like that. And we're going to start putting benches around. Now, I only ever really built this style of bench. It's probably really small. You can't see. I might zoom in when I go edit so you can see it. But that's not a very nice looking bench. Why don't we try to build these? I think these look a little nicer. They've got some detail on them. So we'll put right in front of the town hall. We'll put a bench on either side of the door. Now, see, people are already going to sit on them. Benches, benches, benches. Yeah, so this family has finally moved into their house. I think. Yeah, their tent's gone. It says we have one house available, but we shouldn't, because this isn't done yet. And these are all fully occupied. Oh no, this one isn't occupied. Why is that? Okay. Maybe that family that was over here just left. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, so the carpentry is done. Again, anything you build, make sure you check all of those. And we're going to go ahead and open up a vacancy here. And then one of the next buildings we want to build is going to be our cart storage, cart shed right here. That's going to be a game changer. So what we can do is we can pop right here on this outside of this farm. Put one right here. I promise we'll be building stuff that's not just grids eventually. I just want to make sure this area is nice. Again, remember over here I wanted to build a really nice sweeping thing of houses and stuff. Why are you moving out? Okay, so here's something that the game was going to tell you, if I had clicked on this soon enough, why families are moving out. I would have to imagine it's probably food. So the next family that moves out, I will make sure to catch that in time so we can see what reason the game gave us for that. But we can go ahead. We got these trees. I don't even think of, I guess technically they've been planted. People sitting on the benches. We do need to build a market, and that's going to have to be one of the next things we build. So our farm here, yeah. Oh, you can see this house right here. I think they were doing it the last year too, but you can see they've got like this garden thing going on here. And as these families build gardens and grow plants, you'll actually see them show up here. And then we can buy them from them and resell them on the market or in the trading post. So earlier, when I was exploring in a different save file, I did figure that out. So we'll do that here. And we'll see how that goes. So we do have a guy working in here. And these carts are pretty much completely exhausted. He should be fixing those soon enough. He's busy supplying his own resources, I guess. Alright, so we really need to build a market. So I think what we're going to have to do is just put a couple stalls out right here. Okay, I'm going to slow this down first of all. What about right in front? If my F key is going to work. Okay, maybe not. Let's try that again. There we go. Let's put one there and one here. Alright, so you're going to notice when we click on this, look at all these new options we've got. So we can actually sell everything we did before, plus all of the different crops that the homeowners are going to be growing. But we don't have any of those right now. So let's take a look at our farm. We've got potatoes, we've got wheat, and we've got sunflower. We're going to save our sunflower to make oil eventually. Let's go ahead right here and do potatoes, firewood, and we can't sell wheat. We have to make flour. But that should be a good start right now. Of course, check all of these always. And we're not going to hire men for this because that's going to make it impossible for anyone to ever work anywhere. Okay, we don't need anybody here because there's no, really nothing to sell. But we'll get there eventually when we build our trading post. They're still trying to build houses. Now we have 2 houses available, so we might actually be able to skip that. So I'm going to go ahead and make the executive decision to push that up, the town hall, because as soon as that's done, we get a lot of economic options and we can try to fix financially. We're going to get in a real bad hole if we don't take care of that. So they're going to take care of all that stuff. I don't think we have, yeah, we have 2 builders right now. So this could take a while until somebody else moves in. But there's not enough food for sale. These people are complaining because, you know, we kind of don't have food for sale. So that's not really going to change until people come in with different crops and we can buy and then resell them. Or until we build a trading post and then all that fun stuff happens. So just like before, it takes a ton of wood. And I'm going to go ahead, put, do we want them on the left side or the right side? Let's do left side. That's a little easier to get to from the rest of the town. Let's just butt him right up against the edge here. And he's going to get built right after the town hall. And then once that's done, hopefully we have a couple more families move in, because we have to have enough food for sale, and we don't. We don't even have anybody to work at the the market stall. That's how bad our population is right now. In fact, it's taken so long to do this. This might take a super long time. Yep, can't find wood anywhere. And you're not going to, because this guy can't get any help. I don't even have anybody working at the smithy. Alright, so you don't need to be working the carpentry right now. You go work here. Make sure that doesn't get hired at the camp center. Come on, dude. Go do your job. Your civic duty. Alright, so they're going to be planting here. It's going to be hemp, fallow, and then buckwheat. Buckwheat will be good. I don't know if it technically counts as food, but I know you can feed it to animals and stuff. It's not really something we have in America, to my knowledge, at least not for human feed. Still have some nails, some iron, so we really don't need anybody here for a while. Alright, so he's doing his thing now. He's going to be doing that. They're going to be building this. But until that happens, we really can't do too much else. So, you know what that means. We get to watch them build the town hall. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Alright, so our town hall is complete. Let's go ahead and slow that back down. And now, the fun part. We can go in here. We don't have a... Why is the mayor's slot empty? That has to be... That's a weird little glitch. Because I know we have a mayor. He's right here. So I don't know... Yeah, it disappeared that. Well, what can I say? It's alpha. Stuff is glitchy sometimes. Little town's starting to take shape. Not too shabby. But, like I said, this now gives us... Wow, people got a lot of money. We got to fix that. So let's go in here. This is going to be fun. So you'll notice, now you have land tax and purchase from citizens price. Now, the fine folks on the Ostriv Discord haven't quite figured out how best to set these. So we're going to go with the tried and true old school method of make this number right here as large as humanly possible. The sweet spot seems to be 600. And I can't be bothered to download and install an auto clicker, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way by clicking just like this. So, set the stage with some music, and off to the races we go. So let's stop here at 60. Firstly, because my fingers hurt, and secondly, because this is a good chance to explain how this mechanic actually works. So, each month in the game, more or less, is going to be 30 in-game days, and it's going to charge 1/30th of this number every in-game day, which presently would be it's the Ukrainian currency that I can't pronounce because I'm a dumb American who didn't learn good. But if we go to these people, you can see that their current wealth is 55.92. So let's speed it up, and you'll watch this number decrease in increments of 2. Kind of. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. But you get the idea. So eventually the idea is this will funnel all of the family's wealth into the town coffers, and then you'll have money, and then you can turn around and use that money to import and all that other fun stuff. But if we leave all this like it is, then it's not going to be super balanced really well, but we do want to take this down to about 10%, take this down to about 20%. So what this means is we'll purchase the crops that the citizens grow extremely cheaply and then turn around and sell it for double the value, but we can actually export our goods that we make for full value and technically inflate the amount relative that we get for that versus what we would sell it to our citizens for, and then economic boost. I don't know. I don't have an economics degree. I have a journalism multimedia reporting degree, and I took dumb people math. So that's probably how that's going to work out just fine. Land tax we're not going to mess with just yet, but we are going to go ahead and lower the wages down to 2. We'll keep fine-tuning this. I'm sure there's probably a few of you out there who are like, oh, why don't you use the original settings that everyone's been using forever that are on the wiki and all that? Well, I don't want to. That's fine. This is a Let's Play. That's how I want to play the game. So we'll just do this the hard way and figure it out. Because if you've seen any of my other stuff, you understand I like doing things the hard way because that's how you learn. Anyway, so that's all taken care of. We still don't have enough food for sale, and that's not going to get fixed until we have this trading post done. We just have these 2 poor guys that are building and doing their own thing. Do we have enough wood? No. So we can't really get rid of these guys just yet. And all of our guys, we only have 10 adults. And if I'm remembering correctly, we had 5 women, should have 5 women and 5 men. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 5 and 5. Yep. Well, we can't fire the mayor. And we shouldn't be able to get the women to do anything except farm at this exact moment in time. But hey, they're pretty much done with what they're doing. But unfortunately, we can't get them to work in the forestry or the carpentry or anything super useful early game. But we need this trading post to get built because that's the only way we're going to get more people. So what we're going to do is we're going to temporarily get everybody out of the forestry and hire them as builders. Because we've got to speed this up. Eventually, maybe they might get hired as builders. We'll see. So right now, it's just those 2 dudes, and you see them doing their thing. Yeah, they're not hired here. I wonder what they're doing if they're not construction. Nobody's there, nobody's there. Unemployed, construction, construction. Okay, so now we have 3, 4. There we go. So that should be as many as we are allowed to really have. So that's going to take them a little bit to do that. I don't want to bore you guys with too many time lapses in one spot. So we're just going to skip right ahead to when this is done.
Nope.
Alright, so this is taking forever. Let's go check out what's going on down here at the farm. Look at our beautiful crops. We got buckwheat and we got hemp. Growing in nicely. It should be more or less, it's not plowed, so the yield's not going to be quite as high, but it's going to be more or less as much as we're ever going to get out of this. That's looking nice as well. Let's check our carts. 2 of the carts are broken. Well, you know what that means. Hire one of those guys away to fix the cart. But will he do it? Eventually, we're going to run out of wood, too. So they are in the middle of doing that. We still don't have anybody, so let's cheat the system here. Get this guy. There you go. Bait and switch. Back down to normal wage. So he should be fixing those carts, and it looks like he might be. Yep. He's doing his thing. You see him waving his hammer around like a madman. I think it was Corrales who did a playthrough, one of the first videos of this game I ever saw. And there used to be in alpha, he was playing an alpha build. There used to be a ding, 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 ding sound every time somebody hit a hammer, and it was the most funny thing when the game was on high speed. Just listen to that or whatever thing going on. He's got a fun channel. He's a cool dude. Go check him out if you haven't already. He does a whole bunch of fun stuff. I think last time I checked, he was playing a bunch of Minecraft, but that might have been a year or two ago. Anyway, so these carts are all fixed, so you're fired, and you can go back and be a builder again. So it should hire him more or less immediately. Maybe. Oh, counselors start off at 120%. Interesting. Well, this guy needs to get hired as a builder, so we're going to increase the wage until he does. There we go, and then dock your pay. All right, this is going to take 800 years. This is going to be next year before this thing's done. See, this is why you don't do what I did in episode 1, because then half your people will leave. Okay, so now these people are, oh god, they're all running out of food. This is bad. So they've got potatoes, flour, and nothing else, but look at their gardens. Look at all this beautiful stuff they've got growing in here. So it's got cabbage. I'm assuming these are probably onions. Then these might be something else. I don't know. Do we have carrots in this game to sell? I don't think. Oh, we do. Could be carrots. Look at these flowers. Like, this is such a beautiful game. It takes 800 years to get updates, but they're always worth the wait. You know, you get all this really, really nice looking stuff. There's so much extra color and vibrance to a game where before it was just stark white houses with not really much of anything going on. So all these people have all of this. I really hope that either this trading post is finished before they get tired of not having food variety and move out, or that they harvested this, because that would be really sad. And they're all doing their thing. Oh, we need to build a school too, but we'll get to that probably not this episode, because we have to have enough people to actually, you know, do the thing. So now, oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't finish this. It's still at 60, so it's taking every day, if these families have at least 2 wealth, it's taking 2 wealth every day. Well, here we go again. You hear that? That's called mouse abuse. No, I didn't want to click that one. I've had this thing for 5 years. It's probably about time to get a new one. It's going to start double clicking soon. Well, anyway, I won't waste your time watching me click again. We already did that. Alright, so we're just going to pretend that I got that all the way to 600 and that it totally doesn't say 90 instead, but that should help that at least a tiny bit. You still got potatoes and flour. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Is he still working here? No? Good. Yeah, you boys better finish building this thing quick. Oh god, it needs another 12,000 wood. At least they have carts now. Well, it's going to take forever. So all these people are... Oh, they've got vegetables now. Look at this. Cabbage, onions, cucumber. Alright, so we got to stop this real quick. We got to get this going. Potato, firewood, cabbage, cucumber, and then this one. Got... Does anybody have any beetroot yet? Okay, so they've got onions... Onions, cabbage, cucumber, carrots. Okay. So we'll do onions and carrots here. And then we've got to get these women. I need 2 of them. So sorry, farm, you're going to be kind of out of luck. But if I can get the women to start working in here, then we can have food for sale and people start moving in. Maybe. Alright. You want to get paid extra? Come on. How are there that many vacancies for women? Oh. Oh, we didn't turn that off. Heh. Now you can't work at the farm, so you have to work here. There we go. Not enough food for sale. Come on. Somebody work here. Where is she going? There's still 5 open vacancies for women. What? Alright, well, is that going to work? 200%. There we go. So you're telling me there's still not enough food for sale, despite having 5 different types of food for sale. There we go. Now people can move in. And we'll just quietly reduce this down again. Now, we'll be fine with this harvest, because remember, it's only September, and 1 or 2 people should be able to get this done before the first snow falls, so I'm not worried about that. This is still absolutely crawling, but now we have space for people to actually move into the town. And here we go. A new family settling in our town. Here they come. Wonderful, wonderful. And all of that money will very soon be ours, and there it is. Assimilate. So now we should have the ability to have forestry workers again. So we got 1 there. He's not going to be able to get any trees down, so goodbye. You can work here. And with any luck, we'll have another family move in to fill that other one. And now they're out of wood, so they really need to get wood. So we'll just make it impossible to be a builder, so you all have to work here. Here comes another family. Wonderful. And this is a nice big one. I think 5? No, I can't do math. Ignore me. Again, I was a music major at the time. I took music major math. And I technically passed. So 18 plus 5 clearly is 21. So now we have no unemployment, no housing available, and now all these people have all this wonderful food. Beetroot. I think it's raspberries. One of the other towns really likes raspberries, but we can go ahead and add beetroot to this. And then we will actually end up, at some point, we might have to have the granary built to actually buy from private citizens. But we'll take care of that eventually. So we've got wood. Oh, that's enough wood. Don't need all of you to work there anymore. So 3 builders. And you got some logs to chop. Well, anyway, you just quit. So come back on over here and do your thing. Come on, bring all that wood in. I got trading to do. So if we don't get this set up by the winter, we're going to be in some trouble here. All right, so while they're getting to work on that, let's go back over here to this farm. We can have women start working here again. Selling firewood, that's important. I don't know. I guess we really are going to have to build a granary sooner rather than later. Poor cart shed's going to be built last. This is still happening. Now people are complaining they don't have any money. That's fine. Now they're out of water. Gathering a harvest from the field. Yeah, gather your harvest. And then get your husband to go work over here and build this trading post. This has taken 800,000 years. But at least they have all their resources already. So it should be pretty quick. It's always such a fun animation watching them build stuff. I think that's something a lot of people don't realize about this game is just how much effort goes into building buildings realistically with the animation. I think there's a Twitter post somewhere, maybe it was a blog post on the game website, where the dev actually goes into detail about what goes into making a building piece by piece, because every individual board and clay wall segment and everything has to be individually modeled, and then there's a separate animation for each piece in a certain sequence to go up. And there's thousands, for some of them possibly even tens of thousands of little animations that occur every time this building, or any building, really goes up. And I just think that's wonderful to have that amount of detail go into a game like this. I mean, maybe that's just why it's taking so long. But that's a huge reason why I love this game and why I think a lot of people find it really charming. But this is just about done, finally, in November. Let's check our farm. Yeah, see, they're fine. They're fine. So this is finally done. Okay. So this is gonna be fun. We gotta hire a manager. Of course, only men can work here for some reason. So as soon as this hires a manager, then we can start accepting messengers and even send them out. There we go. So now if we go out, we have all these guys. We can't go here yet until we build on the river. We've got these guys, and these guys. Let's go ahead and send a messenger here. And they'll go do their thing. And now they're building all the houses again. Wonderful. Oh, we need... Okay, we have... that's right, I put one there, and I put one here. That'll get built eventually. But now we're really starting to come into our own. Oh, they're moving out. Reason, couldn't get enough drinking water. See, this is what I was talking about. One, about me being dumb, and two, about it telling you why. But we have a messenger from the Salt Lords, Durkachi themselves. So you see what I was talking about? Raspberry. These guys really love raspberry clothing, sunflower oil, all that good stuff. We don't have any export stock, so we can't sell anything right now. But what we can do is we can buy stuff that we so desperately need, like flour. We have potatoes. We don't need to buy potatoes, but we do need... Oh, I wish we had the stuff to raise animals at this point. Sallow we can do. Iron we've got some. We don't need any at this exact moment, but yeah, whatever. We'll buy some anyway. And then our messenger is there now. Of course, we can't sell anything, but we can buy. I don't need more honey. Or honey, wow, iron. I am going to buy honey. Honey's good. Buckwheat, we've got a ton. Don't need nails, don't have anything else to do, so we'll just do that. But we have to make sure that we've got people working here to unload all of the stuff. So you know what that means. Trick them with a high starting salary and then pull it out from under the bottoms of their feet until our stuff gets here. We can track all of this stuff coming down the road. But this, not enough food for sale. Well, I'm working on it, okay? We're going to get there. It's going to be fine. It'll be alright. See, this is what happens when you go too hard too fast. Production. Oh no, granary is in the trade and transport. See, I told you I was losing my mind. Can't put that there. I don't want to put this necessarily far away from a market. But we can. I get the feeling this is all going to be going away. We can put a granary right here next to the farm field area, kind of. And we'll just kind of bump that up a little bit. So it's coming eventually, you know. It just takes time. And now we have stuff coming in. Wonderful. So you can see these guys are, well, at some point they're unloading. I think we just missed it, but now we've got some honey. There should be another cart with more flour. Now they stack, and that's looking all sorts of fun. Oh, here comes the snow again. And just like that, it's the end of year 2. A small but growing town. Now we've got crops. We can still really only sell potatoes until we have our granary built, but you know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Well, these guys are going to be finishing importing all this stuff, and these guys are going to keep losing all their money because I can't do math. But for now, I think that's a pretty good stopping point. And that's going to be it for episode 2. Join me in episode 3 as we continue to try and right the wrongs of episode 1. Because the sons must pay for the sins of their fathers, or whatever, however that quote goes. Anyway, that's all I've got for this episode. We'll catch you next time.